This woman introduced her boyfriend to her own husband, and the husband had no idea his wife was cheating on him. Their marriage seemed great on the surface. The husband, Kafuku, was a stage director and actor. His wife was a screenwriter. Whether in their marriage or their creative work, the two of them were perfectly in sync. They had endless conversations every day, but the wife, who seemed so warm on the outside, was hurting Kafuku behind his back. Poor Kafuku had no idea, until the day he was supposed to leave town for work, and the truth finally came out. He'd just gotten to the airport when he got a text. Due to a cold front, his 9 p.m. flight had been cancelled and rescheduled to the next day. With no other choice, Kafuku drove his little red car back home. But the moment he opened the door, he saw something that broke him. The woman in front of him, lost in passion. Was that really the gentle wife he knew? Just that morning, before leaving for the airport, Kafuku had carefully draped a blanket over his sleeping wife, worried she might catch a chill. And just like that, she'd brought another man home, and was sleeping with him on the couch. Kafuku's dignity as a husband completely shattered in that moment. He must have thought about killing them both. But surprisingly, he did nothing. He just quietly closed the door and walked away, acting like he hadn't seen a thing. That night, Kafuku checked into a hotel near the airport. His wife video called him. Kafuku had to compose himself before answering. On the screen, his wife asked how he was doing with concern. Kafuku forced a smile, and in his usual gentle voice, patiently answered every one of her questions. The two of them chatted and laughed like newlyweds. You'd never guess Kafuku was falling apart inside. The next morning, Kafuku pulled himself together, and boarded his flight to perform in another city. A week later, the show wrapped up successfully, and Kafuku drove that little red car home again. He knew that during the week he was gone, his wife had probably been holed up at home, with that other man the entire time. The thought tore him up inside. He lost focus for a second and crashed his car. When his wife, Oto, heard the news, she rushed to the hospital. The moment she saw him, she threw herself into his arms, voice cracking with worry. Even though Kafuku wasn't injured in the crash, he was diagnosed with glaucoma. The doctor told him with a grim expression, if the condition got worse, he'd lose vision in his left eye, and the cause was unknown. There was no cure. Eye drops could only slow the deterioration. The moment he stopped using them, he'd go blind fast. His wife held his hand tightly, trying to comfort him. Looking at her concerned face, the image from that day at home flashed through his mind unbidden. His trust in her was already shattered. All he could do now was silently bear the double weight of illness and betrayal. They once had a beautiful daughter, the product of their love, but she died young, at her sweetest age, leaving the couple with endless grief. After that, the two of them silently agreed never to talk about their dead daughter. It wasn't because they had forgotten. The wound went too deep. Even now, it was raw and bleeding, refusing to heal.